Afternoon. We want to welcome you to the city council meeting at City Hall. It's January 20th at 4 p.m. at 1140 Beelman Road at the city in the city chambers. Roll call, please.
Councilmember Clark, not here. Councilmember Knox.
Here.
Councilmember Waldman.
Here.
Chairman Pro Tem Carl.
Here.
Mayor.
Here. Next item.
Next item is hearing from citizens.
I see that there are a few people on out there in Zoom land. If you want to speak, please raise your hand and we'll bring you over if you have any comments. No comments at this time. Next item, please.
Next item is the discussion of hiring process for the city manager.
Okay, I'm going to turn it over to Barb Sondak, please.
Thank you. To begin this process, there are a number of decisions and discussions that the council needs to have. I think the first question before the council at this point is whether you're going to hire a consultant to assist with the hiring process, or whether you're going to we're going to do it in-house. The consultants, there's, the costs can range. It can, be anywhere up to $27,000. However, they provide assistance with the advertising, the accepting the resumes, those types of things. And so that's one of the things I think you'll want to discuss. The council received the current city manager position description. I think that that's something maybe I'm hoping we can maybe schedule a meeting for next week. Where we can then talk about the position description, a starting kind of salary range, and then any other benefits or things to keep in mind so we can kind of construct a budget for this process. Another item to think about is, are we looking at a regional, meaning kind of the Midwest search pool, or are we looking national? Right now, most of the places you'd be advertising are going to be online. They're going to be professional associations online. So you're always going to have a national flavor. But you may decide, do you really want someone from not in here, not from the area, or not? That's just another discussion topic. Council's going to want to decide how they want to do the interviewing. Do you want to do it on your own? Do you want to do it with your department heads? Do you want to do it utilizing some of your commission chairs? Do you want to do some modification of that? There are a number of ways we can do the interview process itself, between your first interviews, your second interviews. And so those will be also conversations that we can that we'll be having in the future. One of the things I do recommend is that we start looking at dates once we decide kind of how we're moving forward with assistance with getting the advertisings in. I think we have found it very beneficial to, in the advertisements or in the package that they need to be filled out, that we actually say, these are the dates of the first interview. It gives people who need to take time off. It gives people who need to travel time to plan, and also makes this a smoother process. Also gets it on your calendars early enough. I continue to say, I think this is an attractive position. I think that I don't think we're going to have a problem getting people, getting applications, and hiring. And I'm hoping that we'll be, well underway before I leave on April 3rd. And I think one of the discussions you'll want to have along the way, depending on, how the search process goes, is with an interim, and how you might do an interim position if you need to, and depending on what type of what time frame we're talking about. Are you talking about, a few weeks, or 4 weeks, or are you talking about 6 months? Always makes a little bit of a difference, and we can talk kind of more about that as the there, no sense in spending a lot of time on that conversation right now because there's enough other things to talk about and that's not an immediate decision. With that, there are some parts of this process that because they deal with personnel that I have talked with the city attorney, and we believe these would be best off held in a closed session. So I am asking the council to adjourn to a closed session pursuant to 610-0213. I think the council will be attempting to do as much in public as possible, but there are some contractual items that would be detrimental to the city if we started negotiating in a public process.
So moved.
Is there a second?
Second,
Roll call, please. Member Knox?
yes.
Councilor Walden?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Before we sign off I would like, because we do have some people watching that, it was like, I was focused and I got right down to business and I want those listening to know that this whole process, having Barb leave is very bittersweet to all of us on the city council. We really believe it's a loss, it's a tremendous loss for our city. She's been an incredible leader, her leadership and the projects that she's overseen. I know that in her in the release the other day, it talked about everyone being a team and what a great team it was to work for. But the truth is, she was at the helm. She's been the leader of our community these past 10 years. And we've made some great changes in our community during this time and during her tenure. And we will be forever grateful as a community, but also it's bittersweet because, she's going to go spend time with her grandchildren and start the next chapter of her life. If she was resigning to go somewhere else, we'd fight tooth and nail. But when you say you're retiring to go be with your grandchildren, you can't fight tooth and nail. You got to just wish her well. So we will have a time where people will be able to come and wish her well. That will be talked about down the road, but now we're going to go into closed session. So thank you for joining us, and we should be back probably in about 45 minutes to an hour.
And I do believe that
Sydney's coming.
Sydney is coming in, so if we can just show that he's in attendance now.
Thank you. We've returned from closed session. No decisions were made. And we look forward to seeing everyone on Tuesday night.
I make a motion to adjourn.
Second.
Adjourned.
Thank you.